Hello, everyone. This is just a story that happened to me during one of my search and rescue missions. After this incident, I quit my job and never ever went into the forest again. Here's my story. I've been a search and rescue officer for 12 years now. I have a very good track record of finding people who are lost, injured, or missing during my 12 years on the force. You could say that I'm a senior officer, but I don't feel like one. I was born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota. I have one little sister and my mom, and my father unfortunately passed away when I was little, so I had to man up and become the man of the house at a very young age. I was very protective of my little sister because it was just the two of us, and my mother never wanted to get remarried, so we could just leave it at that. Years passed. I got older, and my sister did as well, but she got married at a very young age of 19. I was pretty sad at first, but it is what it is. After my little sister got married, she left me and my mom. I took my mom and moved out of Minnesota. Now we live in Pennsylvania. My two friends, Chris and Barry, we have known each other since middle school, and we joined the force together because we were very close like brothers. We mostly do everything together. After they heard that I moved to Pennsylvania, they followed me as well. We joined the SAR task force together. After years passed, I became a senior officer, and my two friends were my underlings. One day we were barbecuing at Barry's house when we received a call from our superior that a little girl went missing inside the wilderness of the Pennsylvania forest, and we had to come right away. Chris, Barry, and I stopped what we were doing and headed out to the station to prepare our gear to head out to search for the little girl that went missing. Our superior filed a missing person report on the little girl, and it was the number one priority policy. The girl who went missing was Cynthia Lynn Chambers, and she went missing when family went walking in the forest. Cynthia is a 7-year-old girl with a condition. She has a condition that she cannot speak. The family was walking on a well-established trail and doing some sightseeing when Cynthia's mother looked away for a brief moment. Upon looking back, Cynthia was gone. They cried out her name, but nothing came back. And that's when they called the Pennsylvania Police Department, and they called us. A lot of people gathered at the Pennsylvania State Park Wilderness to search for the little girl. 10 minutes after the brief inspection of the situation, everyone entered the forest. Chris, Barry, and I were teamed up to search for the little girl and headed north. We went high to the mountains, lower hills, and caves and found nothing. No tracks, no footprints, nothing. It felt like she just vanished into thin air. Barry is a spotter who signifies all the routes and terrains of the forest, and Chris and I are trackers. We signify the tracks that have been left by the missing person. We searched high and low and found nothing. It had been a couple of hours since the search began. Everyone radioed in that they found nothing about her whereabouts, and the three of us decided to head east towards a small river, just in case if the little girl got thirsty. When we got there was a wooden bridge that connected both sides of the forest. We crossed the bridge, and then, all of a sudden, we heard a cry and weeping sound across the river. We stopped and listened. It sounded like a girl crying and weeping, and we looked everywhere and saw nothing. We just stood there on the bridge listening to the crying and weeping sound. We yelled at her name.
Cynthia, is that you? We're from the Search and Rescue Task Force. Stay where you are and we'll come find you.
Cynthia answered back.
Can you help me? Please. I'm lost.
We all gasped. Did she just talk? And then we remembered the missing person report. It stated that Cynthia had a condition in which she could not speak. That's when we wondered who was speaking to us across the river.
Can you help me? Please. I'm lost.
She giggled and then said,
I'm over here.
We all got scared and ran the opposite direction. We ran so hard that we were out of breath in seconds. We were breathing heavy, sweating, and scared all at the same time. After some time, we ran away from the weird, scary, terrifying incident we just experienced, and we talked to each other and decided not to radio it in. Just in case if we did, they'll call us crazy and send us all to the crazy house. A couple days passed. Cynthia was found hiding in a small cave northwest of the wilderness in the forest. Chris Berry and I talked about the mission a lot. We wondered what happened to us that day. Who was the girl who was crying, weeping, and giggling at the river from the east? That we will never know, and we don't want to know. Years passed. I quit my job as a SAR officer. I wanted to spend more time with my family, but the main reason I quit my job was due to what we experienced. It still frightens me to this day.
Hey, looks like you made it to the end of the video. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It would really help the channel grow. Also, let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below. Anyways, I will see you all another time. Thank you very much for watching.